you're taking part in a story, whether you realize it or not. It's a tale of two completely different worlds, one that's friendly and visual, all about pointing and clicking, and another that's powerful, kind of hidden, and runs on text commands. So let's pull back the curtain and really explore both of them. It really all boils down to one simple question. How do you talk to a computer? I mean, it doesn't speak English, right? So we need some kind of translator, a bridge that lets us tell it what we want it to do. Think about it this way. One method is like using your smartphone. You see a colorful app, you tap on it, and something happens. It's super easy, very visual. The other way? Well, that's more like writing out a very precise manual list of instructions. It's super direct, but you have to know the exact language to use, or it just won't work. And that bridge, that translator, it actually has a name, the user interface, or just UI for short. This is the absolutely critical middleman that lets us humans have a conversation with a computer. Honestly, without a UI, your computer is just a box of parts that does nothing. The job of any UI, no matter how it looks, really just comes down to a simple three-step dance. First, you give it an input. That could be a mouse click or a typed command. Second, the computer processes that request. It does the work. And third, the UI shows you the output, the result of what you asked for. Input, processing, output. That's the heartbeat of how we talk to our devices. So all user interfaces do that basic job. But how they do it? Well, that's where we find those two very different worlds we talked about. So let's dive into the first one. Welcome to the visual world. This is the home of the Graphical User Interface, or as pretty much everyone calls it, the GUI. In fact, you're definitely using one to watch this right now. A GUI is, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's graphical. It's an interface built on things you can see, like icons, windows, and menus. Instead of typing words, you're using a pointer, like your mouse cursor, to just point and click on things. And the whole process is so intuitive. It's second nature. You see what you want, like a little folder icon, you point your mouse at it, and then you click to make something happen, like opening it up. See? Point, click. It's a very direct, hands-on way to work with digital stuff. There's a really good reason GUIs are everywhere. For one, they're super easy to learn even if you've never touched a computer before. They also give you clear visual feedback, like that little "Are you sure?" box that pops up before you delete something important. And of course, they make multitasking with a bunch of windows open feel totally natural. But there's always a trade-off, isn't there? All those pretty graphics and windows, they take up a lot more of your computer's memory and its processing power. And for an expert user who knows exactly what to do, clicking through a bunch of menus can actually feel way slower than just typing out a single direct command. And that brings us perfectly to our second destination, the text world. This is the home of the command line interface, or the CLI. And believe me, it is a whole different way of talking to your computer. In a CLI, forget about icons and windows. There are none. Your entire interaction is through text. You type specific commands into a little blinking cursor to tell the system exactly what you want it to do. It's like having a direct conversation, but you have to speak the computer's language perfectly. The workflow here is all about being fast and efficient. You type a command, let's say to create a new folder. You hit enter. The system does it instantly. Then it gives you a quick text confirmation that the job is done. Type, enter, execute. It's incredibly fast and direct. So you're probably thinking, why would anyone use this? Well, it comes down to power and speed. For someone who knows the commands, it is lightning fast, especially if you have to do the same task over and over. Plus, it uses barely any of your computer's resources, and it gives you a level of fine-tuned control that most GUIs just hide away. Of course, that kind of power comes at a price. The learning curve is steep. You literally have to memorize commands and know their exact spelling and structure. There's no visual feedback to help you out, which, can be pretty scary for a beginner. Okay, we've paid a visit to both worlds. Now it's time to put them head-to-head. It's time for the showdown to see how they really stack up. Before we get into all the details, just remember this one fundamental difference because it explains everything else. The GUI is all about visual interaction. The CLI is all about text-based interaction. Every single pro and con we're about to see comes right back to that one core idea. This table really lays it all out, nice and clear. You can see the GUI just crushes it when it comes to being user-friendly and easy to learn. But look over here. The CLI is the undisputed champion of speed for experts and using very little memory. It's that classic battle, ease of use versus raw, unfiltered power. So what's the final takeaway in all this? Well, it's not about which one is better. It's about picking the right tool for the right job, and frankly, the right tool for you.
Are you looking for something that's easy and intuitive, or are you after pure power and speed?
If you remember just one thing from this whole explainer, please make it this. This is the key to getting it straight in your head. GUI starts with G for graphical. Think graphics and icons. CLI starts with C for command line. Think commands and text. It's the simplest trick to never mix these two up again.
In the end, both of these worlds are incredibly important. One gives us this amazing, intuitive visual journey, while the other gives us powerful, direct control. The question isn't which one is better overall, but which one fits what you need to do. So I'll leave you with this. Are you a visual explorer, or are you a command line wizard?